Hey everybody, this is Muffin with the Daily Biker Podcast. Just here to let y'all know the opinions and ideas expressed in this show are those of the hosts and their guests, not to be confused with their partners and sponsors. Now, let's get it on.
Hey guys, this is Sean from the Bikes and Beards YouTube channel, and you guys are listening to the Daily Biker Podcast. You're gonna love it.
Something's gotta give.
All right, let's set that down. Yeah.
Whew. I'm still cold.
It is still, I'm still a little bit chilly myself.
I'm good.
And it wasn't cold today.
No. It was like 50.
Like
Like
50
I told
today.
Sean when I got back, I was like, dude, I'm cold. And he goes, I walked outside earlier and it was cold. And I go, no, it wasn't really that cold on the ride. I said, because when we came across Highway 60, like up by the river, like the sun was about to come out.
Yeah.
It was like 55. It was nice. The problem was, it was perfect weather to ride up to about 50 miles in distance. Once you hit 50 miles, you went, I'm starting to get cold. I'm ready to be home.
Which would be coming back from the gas station, maybe 10 miles south of the gas station.
Yeah. Actually, even after I left the gas station, right after leaving the gas station, I was like,
Yeah, you get that first little shiver.
yeah.
Because I did the same thing. We were coming back down to Saudi.
Yeah.
Like, oh, the crap is this?
Yeah.
It's all downhill from there.
That's why they call it the polar bear
ride.
Polar bear ride.
So, hey everybody, welcome back to the Daily Biker Podcast. You jump for it.
You actually scared. You surprised somebody for once.
For once, I actually jumped on that one.
My name is Marcus, I'm your clueless leader. And over here we have the Mexican jumping muffin.
Hey, y'all.
And on this side, we have my co-conspirator in Motorcycle Mania today and on a very glorious podcast this evening, Daniel.
Hey there.
If he's laughing, it's because he knows what tonight's episode is about.
We know what's, yeah.
We plotted it. You know, I just saw it do it again. Did you go back and listen to that last episode? I didn't have anybody ever say that there was an issue.
I did listen to. I just kind of jumped around a little bit where I thought it spiked, and I didn't hear anything.
Well, no one ever said anything.
Yeah,
saying
so
that. And we talked
fine.
about it on here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think it might just be the way that it shows the audio on there.
yeah,
Where
I
It's
don't know.
probably fine.
Yesterday we were looking at mics. Yesterday.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
we were.
Probably about that time.
Well, yeah, I want to just change up the way we're doing it, anyways. So, so we had our first dealer ride today, the Polar Bear ride. It was about 25 degrees warmer than it was on last year's Polar Bear ride, which was very nice. And like I said, I was never like cold.
No,
I was never like shivering, like, oh, this hurts, it's cold.
I mean, it was definitely cool. Like,
But-
you knew it was colder outside.
But there was a point in time where you're like, I'm just ready to go someplace warm.
Yeah. Well, and I think our problem
And
today.
it was somewhere around 50 miles for me.
Yeah.
It was, okay, so when I got back on the bike from the gas station, I was like, eh. But, you know, by the time we started getting into Sell Creek or whatever, I was like, I'm good.
Yeah.
About the time that I took the right that you didn't take
Yeah.
in Saudi
Yeah.
is about the time I went, I'm cold. And then about the time that I got on Hamel Road, I was like, I'm getting miserable.
There was definitely some chills when we were riding back on Hickson Pike.
Yeah. Oh, let me pause real quick. Just in case you're listening to this and you're at home chilling, if you have beer in your fridge, go ahead and go grab you a beer. If you've got a beer in your hand, go ahead and go grab you an extra. We're playing a drinking game tonight.
Or two.
Yeah,
or
we're playing a drinking game tonight. So, anyways, continue with what you were saying.
I mean, the Hickson Pike was definitely kind of chilly. I guess since you guys didn't take the same route that we did back.
Yeah, so, and that's the thing. The route that you took down Hickson Pike is also very covered.
Yes.
Like a lot of tree coverage.
There was a lot of wet roads.
So a lot of shade, too.
Yes.
Where we were at was like dry. And
Yeah.
no tree coverage.
We got separated during the ride because I waited for somebody, and I didn't know they were going to turn off.
He waited for somebody that didn't even, like, because didn't you say
No,
that Skeeter?
No, we went all the way to 153, and she got off at 58.
Oh, so y'all rode Hicks and Pike together?
Yeah, we rode Hicks and Pike together all the way back to until she got off of 153 on 58.
Yeah, and see, I took 153 to Bonnie Oaks.
Gotcha. There was I was actually going to ask you about this, but
State Trooper on 58?
I didn't go on 58, so I don't know.
No, State Trooper with a car pulled over on 153 above 58.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got behind a slow car coming onto the dam.
Yeah.
We're halfway across the dam, and Paul had enough of this slow car, so he takes off. I take off, and then John Bowman is behind me, so he takes off. Paul, we get past this car over the dam, we're passing Amicola or whatever. Paul gets in the right lane, and he's just kind of cruising now. Me and John are still kind of going at it. Now, don't get me wrong, we're not going at it like you and I go at it.
Yeah.
But we are, we're at a point where we could get pulled over.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It wouldn't be a super speeder. We were probably 70, 75. Speed limit's 55.
Yeah.
Now, for anybody wondering that might be listening to this and be like, you were going 20 over. This might as well be an interstate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our interstates through Chattanooga are 55 miles an hour. So, that being said, they don't like us. So, we're going about 75, which on most days is like the flow of traffic on that. There was cars.
Oh, yeah.
You'll still
We
get
were pacing
past.
cars.
Yeah, you'll still get past.
But we started coming up the hill, and I saw a state trooper, and immediately my left hand went out, waving John to slow down, and my right hand started slapping the top of my head, and I squeezed in right behind a Tahoe as we went past the state trooper.
Yeah, he had somebody pulled over.
Oh, he had just got out of his car. Like, when we were pulling up, his door was open, and he was fixing his hat.
Oh.
I was like, ooh.
But yeah, well, what I was going to
the
say...
red car's about to meet a blue car.
On Hicks and Pike, apparently somebody got raptured in the middle of Hicks and Pike because there was a bunch of clothing just scattered in the middle of a turn.
There was a shoe in the middle of the road up close to Nana's.
You'll find random shoes on Hicks and Pike.
I've never been to that Nana's, but I've had a buddy of mine that said he's gone to
I've never been over there.
And said it was pretty good.
Seriously, it was like pair of pants, couple shirts. Somebody either lost their laundry or got raptured.
That's common on Hicks and Pike.
Just
saying.
they get
It
raptured
is.
all the
It is.
time.
Yeah.
I'm going to bet somebody went to the laundromat. Somebody went to the
Left it on the
laundromat.
roof of their car.
No, they put the clothes basket in the back of the pickup truck.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yep, that'll do
That's
it.
possible.
I mean, it looked like a nice flannel.
Was it a Dixon?
You should have stopped and picked it up.
I was going too fast and I was too panicked. All of a sudden, I was in the middle of a turn and see piles of clothing.
I honestly kept worrying about my GoPro falling off because one of the tabs is broke on the flexible
stick.
handle.
Yeah.
So, it's holding on there with one click instead of two.
Oh, no.
Well, I'd
And if
imagine
you
it.
pushed hard enough, it would come off.
Well, I'd imagine it made it.
Oh, it made it.
Yeah.
And I'm imagining if it had fell off, somebody would have went, oh, GoPro.
I'm good.
I don't think I would have heard it.
No, somebody would have ran
Probably
into it if
yeah.
it fell off.
Oh, that's probably true. That's
yeah, I
probably
mean,
true.
we did have actually a good turnout today. Better than
Yes.
we thought we were going to have.
Yeah, so we had 15 motorcycles.
Yeah.
Probably 20 plus people. And half of those people, hog members.
Yeah.
You saw that too. So
And-
that
and
should just show you I'm making a difference
Yeah.
with the hog stuff.
And I will say, a lot of those people I hadn't seen before come out to a ride.
Well, we had that. So Paul, the guy on the Ninja.
Okay.
So that was his first time coming out and riding with us.
Cool.
I invited him to come out and ride with us again. So a lot of the people that you didn't know were probably hog people.
Okay. Fair enough.
The guy on the Crossbones, he hadn't rode with us before. The guy that was on the Bright Red Road Glide, which was behind me, He's rode with us on every hog ride or every ride last year.
Yeah.
Ty, you obviously know.
Yeah.
Marvin, you know.
The other couple. On the black Dinah, I think it was.
Oh, no, it was a Softail. Lowrider S. Yeah, I've never seen them before.
Okay. Like I meant, there were a lot of people there that were new.
The guy on the Crossbones, I didn't know him. He was new. The guy on the Ninja, I didn't know. And the couple on the Lowrider S, I didn't know. Everybody else I've rode with before. Like the guy with the Blue Road King and the Tall Apes, he's rode with us.
Yeah.
I think he went to Barber with us.
He did.
So, yeah. It was a good time. So,
Good first ride of the year.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good way to start off the year for the dealership.
Next dealer road ride will be in February. Once again, I encourage you, if you're around, come ride with us. We do have a good time.
Yeah.
And I'll be on my bike so you can hear what Daniel complains about.
Yes.
So, otherwise, we're going to move on. I hope you went and grabbed your drinks. We're going to play a drinking game tonight.
Ooh.
So, Daniel and I will explain why. So, Daniel and I, the other day, in my office, were discussing about our episodes. Because on January, I don't have the calendar in front of me. What's this Monday after January 24th? So, January 24th is Harley Davidson's release. Every year, if you listen to this regularly...
It's the 29th is that month.
Okay. Regularly, when that happens, we watch it, record, and bring to y'all. This time, we're going to be doing that with Ty Cooper, Ty from Tennessee. So Ty will be on that podcast with us, but also I encourage you to go watch Ty's video when that comes out too. Our podcast episode will come out on the 29th. The week before that, so next Monday, will be our predictions or hopefuls. Things that Daniel and I both need to work on this week to figure out exactly what it is.
Yes.
But it'll be what we hope to see.
What we'd like the motor company to do, what we hope that they're announcing.
Yes.
Because we've heard rumors of certain things, not that they have anything based, they're not based on anything.
Yeah.
Just speculation, just like what
the rumors that are out there are so broad in nature.
Yeah.
They're like, I heard that they might put, like one of them was, I heard they might put a 114 in the Sport Glide.
Yeah.
And it's like, they could.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not that big of a deal.
There might be some inverted front suspension.
Ooh. The new CVO might be inverted front suspension and full Apple Android Auto CarPlay. And it's like, oh, you mean exactly like the 23 CVO? I literally saw one the other day that said the 24 model Harley Davidsons could have active
Arrow.
No. Yeah.
Whee!
Active,
Get the brake.
active cruise control. So basically it like slows down and speeds up for you. And I'm like, so all they're doing now is taking technology that's on cars and saying it could have that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in the same video, they're also showing pictures, leaked photos. That's literally AI generated photos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we did go through a couple of those. It's like, look at this brand new CVO on Mars.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's got rockets.
It's got
They're like,
rockets.
This is, like I saw one, it was like, this is the brand new CVO. And it didn't even have a vent in the front fairing. And I was like, well, the fairing is off of an earlier model before 2014. So might want to change the way you look at that. But either way, I digress. We were talking, and we were trying to come up with what we're going to do this evening. I made a comment to Daniel about at one point in time we were actually bringing y'all some informational stuff. We've done the history of the Goldwing.
Yep.
We did the history of the Sportster.
Mm-hmm.
We've done the sound of singles.
Singles, V-twins.
We did twins. We did twins, period.
Yeah, twins, period.
Yeah. And we're going to work on bringing you some more of that stuff because we told y'all we were going to bring you some more informational stuff. But you know us. So, we have the history of a motorcycle brand that we're going to go over this evening. I want to state, I don't have a problem with this brand. For those of you that ride this brand, I don't have a problem with this brand. Some of you already know exactly what brand I'm talking about without me saying it. But I'll say it again. I don't have a problem with the brand. I think it's a super cool brand. But there's a lot of joke to be had about this. So tonight, we're going to play the Indian Motorcycle History Drinking Game. So what that means is every time they halt production, they sell, they file for bankruptcy, they are acquired, which means it could say acquired or new owner or whatever.
Yep.
Or they have a purchase. We're going to take a drink.
I'm also going to add one to that after going
Because you've looked through this?
Because
Okay.
I've gone through most of the history.
Okay.
I didn't get through it as much as I want to. Anytime that an owner leaves, happens more than you would like to believe.
So, and I'm just going to say this. The racing, like I said, nothing against the brand. I think it's super, super cool brand. But there's a lot of things that get said by that manufacturer that just make you go, what? Like the shirts that say since 1901. Well, they make shirts that say since 1901 because Harley has shirts that say since 1903. Yes, Harley sold to AMF, the bowling ball company, and then Harley bought themselves out from AMF and continued on. Harley has not stopped since 1903.
Yep.
So I will give them a claim since 1903.
Which, I mean, even 1901 is not correct.
That's also true because they didn't sell motorcycles at that period of time.
But that's not when they were founded either.
So, so if I'm not mistaken, it's 1903 on the first motorcycle, right?
The first motorcycle is 1903.
Yeah,
but
okay.
the company
You don't have to keep
found-
going. You don't have to keep going. We'll get into that in a second. So, like I said, the first motorcycle wasn't even until 1903. It's just funny, you know. There's no hard feelings on this. We're just going to enjoy ourselves because, honestly, we've got a friend of ours that rides an Indian that has been on several rides with us and stuff like that. And he gets the jokes.
Yeah.
Like, he thinks it's funny. He also doesn't wear anything that says since 1901. He's also a member of Indian's little, what is it? The OG or whatever. The Indian Owners Group. IOG. Yeah.
They're part of the TP.
And this is going to be,
No, it's
remember,
Wigwam.
Yeah.
Indian will only be around until the woke people decide to make them change their company name.
Oh.
It's a matter of time.
I mean, they do have a lot of different names to choose from based on their history. So they can go back.
Yeah, they could just call themselves Victory. So, Daniel, let's get it started. I'm going to go ahead and put my drink in my hand.
All right.
So, the Indians Motorcycle Company was actually founded in 1897
Okay.
to manufacture bicycles.
Okay.
So that's where they started. Same with Harley. You start with bicycles,
Yeah.
and then you move on. George Hendy and Oscar Hedstrom were the two. George Hendy founded it. Oscar Hedstrom joined in 1898 as more of the marketing guy and kind of bringing them out there to other markets. And that's done with that page. They did actually complete a prototype motorcycle. Like I said, bicycles to begin with. You know, same with the early turn of the century things.
Yeah.
1901, they came out with a motorized bicycle, single cylinder. It was essentially a bicycle.
Okay.
That was just a prototype. They didn't actually sell their first motorcycle until 1903, when Oscar Hedstrom set the world motorcycle speed record of 56 miles an hour.
Which is very impressive.
On basically what is a bicycle.
Yeah.
That is impressive.
With wooden rims.
Yeah. I don't think I'm going to even attempt.
No. 1904, they actually trademarked the red color that they use.
Okay.
So that's been a thing. They exceeded a production of 500 motorcycles that year.
Is that 1904?
1904.
Okay.
Correct. In 1905, they built their first V-twin factory motorcycle.
Okay.
It was built for their racing series, the flat tracking type of stuff.
Right.
1907, they put their first street motorcycle, V-twin, out there.
Okay.
They went through, they turned it into a 61 cubic inch, 1000 cc, 42 degree V-twin, and it could reach 60 miles an hour.
Okay.
Now, this is not anything to do with the drinking game. They actually competed in the Isle of Man TT in 1911.
I didn't realize the Isle of Man was that old.
I didn't either.
I didn't either, and I saw that, and I was like, I thought it was really cool. They finished first, second, and third.
We might have to do a history on the Isle of Man then. Since the Isle of Man's
I think
that
that. I think that would
That'd
be
be
a good episode for us to do, and a deep dive into the history.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So, I mean, after an amazing 1911, Oscar Hedstrom left Indian in 1913.
Drake.
Right.
After disagreements with the board of directors regarding the dubious practices to inflate the company's stock value. And I hope your drinks are still in hand, because George Hendy resigned in 1916.
Drink.
So after the two original founders of the company left, they came out with their lightweight models, single cylinders. They ran from 1916 to 1919, and they were two strokes. Just simple motorcycles like you'd expect from that era of time. Got replaced in 1917 by a 4-stroke flat twin.
Yeah.
So kind of like the BMW style motors. And then we entered into World War One.
Yeah.
Indian almost lost all of their business because they sold it to the U.S. military.
Oh, they sell.
Drink.
All right.
While Indian, in the business boom of the 1920s, they were doing really well. It lost its number one position to the U.S. market to Harley-Davidson.
Okay.
Because they basically gave up all of their production in that period for World War One.
Yeah, they halted.
They halted production.
Mad respect
for street.
Yeah, mad respect for that.
Yeah.
But they halted production.
And that really killed their business because everybody was like, well, crap, I can't buy
Harley
this.
Davidson all but halted production. They still made some civilian models at that point in time.
Yes. So in the 1920s, they came out with the Scout and Chief, which are still two very popular motorcycle names.
Because they can't come up with new names for motorcycles.
Jeez.
And in 1930, Indian merged with DuPont Motors.
Yep, drink.
Drink.
DuPont had to cease production of automobiles to produce Indian motorcycles.
That's not a drink. That's a
that's just some information.
Okay.
Next page.
Next page.
Oh, this was I printed this for him at work, and it's 20 pages.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Well, it's double-sided.
Well.
Yeah. Well, so it's 10
technically
pages, but it's still 20 pages worth of information.
Yeah.
And we get some more information about the Indian Scout, built from 1920 to 49, carried the same model over. Originally 37 cubic inch, then it went to 45, and they were trying to compete with the Excelsior Super X.
Wait, what time period is this, though?
This is in the 20s, 20 to 27.
Okay.
So this is pre the DuPont purchase.
Well, this is also pre Harley Davidson 45.
Yes. Yes. In 1928, the front brake became standard.
Well,
I'm making a face right now. Y'all can't see it, okay.
I saw that. I highlighted that just because it just...
I kind of wish this had been on video just now for that.
28, the Scout and Scout 45 were replaced by the Model 101 Scout. Just an upgrade, a little bit longer wheelbase, lower seat height, just a change. 32, it got replaced by the Scout Standard. Basically a Chief that was just a little bit smaller, engine-wise.
Okay.
They were still using a 45 cubic inch. They did also make a small bike that had a 500cc V-twin at the same time. Trying to get beginners into riding.
Yeah.
Introduced in 22, the Indian Chief had a 1000cc, 61 cubic inch.
Okay.
A few years later, they went up to a 1200cc, 73. And they just added a front brake in 1928 again to the Chief models.
What hell?
You know, this thing's getting pretty fast. We might want to learn how to stop.
Yeah, we might need to stop this thing.
The Chief gained a new sprung frame in 1940. We're now in 1940 as far as motorcycle designs, not history of the company. Sprung frame that was superior to the rival Harley's unsprung rear end. The 1940s Chiefs were handsome and comfortable machines. Somebody came in here. I highlighted this because it sounded like somebody wrote this. Just capable of 85 miles an hour in their standard format and over 100 miles per hour when tuned.
Oh.
And then I skipped like 3 paragraphs. So I don't know if this counts as a drinking thing. Indian purchased Ace Motorcycle Corporation in 27. They brought in a new company.
Nah. Because them themselves are buying somebody.
Yeah, themselves.
Yeah. No, we'll give it to them.
This is prior to the DuPont purchase, but Indian themselves were buying something to make 4-cylinder inline bikes. Now, these were not the 4-cylinder bikes that we have of today. They were in line with the frame. If you've never looked up Ace motorcycles or Henderson motorcycles of that era,
Henderson.
You really should look at them. They're really unique designs. The Indian 4 was discontinued in 42. And we go on to the next page.
Next page.
And that was all Indian did with 4 cylinders.
Okay.
So DuPont purchased Indian in 30.
Right.
In 1945, a group headed by Ralph B. Rogers purchased a controlling interest in the company.
Drink.
DuPont formally gave up their power of the ownership of Indian to Rogers. I love I can switch through all these pages. When Rogers owned it, they started rebadging a lot of import motorcycles. CZ 125s, the Papoose, which was originally called the Corgi scooter.
The Corgi scooter.
Short little fat hairy scooter.
Oh.
And at this time, they were making a lot of single cylinders, twin cylinder motorcycles. Small CC, just around the town bikes. 1950, they brought back the Chief. with telescopic front forks.
Well,
And all product manufacturing ended in 1953.
Drink. Now, that is the end of Indian.
Yes.
I gotta get a new drink.
So finish your drink that you currently have. Pour yourself another, or crack open another beer.
That is the traditional end of Indian motorcycles.
Yes.
Okay.
Company's still around, but that is the traditional end of Indian motorcycles because they literally ended. There's zero production. There's no company. There's nothing.
Huh.
Yep.
There's zip.
Indian was
Zero. Nada. Nothing. You lose. That's when I should have inserted the
We really need a camera.
No. But that's when, if it was on camera, that's when you would insert from Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
You get nothing. You lose, sir. Good day.
Good day.
Good day. 53, that was it. Like
Yeah.
Morga said, that was the end of the original Indian.
Yeah.
Because Rogers, the guy that owned the company at the time, liquidated all of it.
Yeah.
And that same year, Brockhouse Engineering acquired the rights to the Indian name.
Drink.
That was also the company that was manufacturing the Corgi scooter, which Indian was importing.
Uh-huh.
All right then.
Yeah.
So I bet you they acquired them because the Corgi scooter with the Indian badge on it was selling. And they said, hey, we can keep doing this.
Yeah.
Well, when it had the Indian badge on it, it was called the Papoose.
But I'm saying they were able to sell papooses.
Yes. Papoose eye.
Yeah.
Multiple papooses.
Does it start with a P or does it start with an O?
Starts with a P.
Opossum.
Opossum.
I'm going to kill this opossum with a knife.
Papoose sounds funny.
So.
And they got rid of those in 54.
Okay.
Which is terrible.
Yeah, so heartbreaking.
55 to 60, they actually imported Royal Enfield motorcycles. Mildly customized for the U.S. market.
Okay.
Whatever the hell that means.
They made them left-hand drive.
Yeah. sold them under the Indian brand name. So they're Indian Royal Enfields. Just like today.
Oh my word. And we're canceled.
So, if you notice, I have not highlighted anymore because I got busy at work. So now I've actually...
It's fine. It's fine.
So, in 1960, the Indian name was bought by AMC.
Drink, a movie theater now owns them.
But it's AMC of the UK.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So movie theaters.
I'm reading this for the first time, too. So we're
Movie theaters.
going to learn together.
You're going to learn today.
And then they all stopped because Royal Enfield, being their competition, abruptly stopped all Enfield-based Indian models except the 700cc Chief.
So they didn't halt production.
They did not halt.
They still had a motorcycle.
But in 1962, AMC had financial issues and withdrew all marketing of the Indian brand name as the company chose to focus exclusively on Norton and Matchless.
Ah.
Okay, so what happens to them at that point in time? Because it says they withdrew their marketing.
Yes.
The company has stopped.
The company did not stop, but they stopped production. They were focused on Norton and Matchless.
Oh, then drink.
Yeah,
yes.
drink.
So drink. From the 1960s, an entrepreneur Floyd Clymer began using the Indian name because it was now free space. AMC gave it up.
Okay, drink.
He attached it to imported motorcycles commissioned to Italian ex-pilot and engineer Leopoldo Tarantini, the owner of Italjet Moto.
Okay.
Manufacturing mini bikes under the Indian Papoose name. So the Papoose
is still around.
The Papoose actually continued past when they said it died.
Yeah.
It just had a Italian name instead of a Papoose. The Indian Velo 500, single cylinder, 500cc. Shared it with Norton, Royal Enfield, Italjet. Good grief.
So Indian was the original CF Moto.
Indian was the original CF Moto. Just sharing parts with European companies instead of Chinese. So, Clymer died in 1970. He owned the company from 63 to 70.
Okay.
His widow sold the alleged Indian trademark to an L.A. attorney, Alan Newman.
Drink. I want y'all to keep in mind, this is the alleged Indian trademark. Because as we last knew, Royal Enfield...
AMC.
Or AMC...
Of the UK.
Okay.
Owned it.
Owned the traditional rights to Indian.
Yes. At this time, Alan Newman brought in more mini cycles, 50 cc's, 100 cc's, 175s, mostly Italians. Kind of like the Aramaki era of Harley Davidson.
Sure, the same time period, too.
In 1974, Newman planned to revive large capacity machines as the Indian 900 using a Ducati 860cc engine.
Yeah, that's what Indian needs, Desmotronic valves.
The project failed.
Because of Desmotronic valves.
What do you know?
Sales of Newman's Indians were dwindling by 1975, and the company was declared bankrupt by 1977.
Drink.
And I need a refill. Heather, would you go mine? The banquets are perfect.
I'm the beer assistant.
Yeah. She'll probably grab Marcus another one, too.
Probably, yeah.
Oh, Lord. Gets that heavy?
It just keeps going back and forth. There's a lot of stopping production and reviving.
So this is an opportunity for you to run back to the fridge and grab another?
Yes. If you haven't grabbed your third beer or fourth, you probably should. Which... I mean, I do have to say, like, a lot of the motorcycles that they produced during this time period, they're fine motorcycles. They did what they were supposed to. Small CC bikes, like everybody else is doing. Company just changed a lot of hands.
Yeah. That matters.
It does. It definitely does. Where Harley was still Harley producing Aramaki motorcycles. This...
I don't think Harley produced the Aramaki motorcycles.
Well, the import.
Aramaki, whatever it was. Aramaki made motorcycles that Harley Davidson sent them.
Yeah. It's kind of almost like an imported type deal.
That was also during the AMF era, though.
That was in the 70s, right?
During the bowling balls.
Yeah.
Bowling balls.
So, I mean, now we're talking about the 1970s to 80s, so that would be during the AMF.
Yeah, AMF Harley Davidson era.
Sorry, I'm gonna...
You gotta twist it off, bro.
Lots of twists. So, we came from declaring bankruptcy in January of 77. The Indian trademark was purchased from bankruptcy court. Marcus, you could have actually afforded the Indian Motorcycle Company In 1977, $10,000,
What hell?
the trademark to the Indian motorcycle brand.
If we would have been alive.
Well, hang on. That money now, though.
Couple $100,000.
Couple $100,000.
Yeah.
So,
Well, in 1977.
But
trademark sold.
But drink.
I want y'all to keep in mind, this is probably going to be a recurring thing. This is still the alleged trademark.
From what I understand, yes.
Allegedly.
Because I have not seen where AMC has...
AMC UK.
AMC of the UK
AMC of the UK.
has sold the trademark.
So,
Now, mind you, I'm reading this for the first time that we're talking about it, so it may come up later.
I wonder if that's the AMC car company.
It very well could be.
Like the Gremlin and the Pacer.
I mean...
That I don't know.
I don't know.
I can't. It's highlighted. AMC is highlighted. I could click on it if this was a web page.
It is on my computer. Okay.
Unfortunately, I have this printed out in front of me.
Yeah, that's my bad.
It's hard copy.
So, purchased 1977, as we discussed,
Yep.
by the American Moped Associates.
Wait, this is a new purchase?
This was the $10,000 purchase.
Okay, okay.
Same purchase.
So we've already drank on that.
Yeah, we've already drank on that one.
If you feel like drinking again, because
You can
spaced
drink
it out,
again, it's
you
fine.
can drink again if you need to. Who would employ a Taiwanese manufacturing plant to make a new moped licensed patents from Honda's design? Indian was making Hondas.
Well.
Yeah.
They were making 50cc Hondas.
Yeah.
As a result, the Indian AMI 50 Chief Moped.
Is there a picture of that?
No, there is not.
Oh.
Well, you know,
Oh, there it is.
we had those tiny
Right there.
Indians.
Right there.
I can go
Top of the page. That's a little bit later. That's
Yeah, they have those at Barber.
Do they?
Well, no, they have a couple papooses, which are about the same thing. They're just Italian made.
I was going to say, they had the Indian mini bikes at Barber.
Honda design made by the Taiwanese. Almost like CF Moto.
It's an Indian monkey.
It's an Indian monkey. It was made from 78 to 83.
Oh my god.
And then the trademark for Indian was purchased by Carmen Leone,
Drink.
DMCA,
Drink.
Durbite Group, in 1982.
The only DMC I know is a DeLorean.
No, this had DMCA.
Yeah. They're the DeLorean Motor Company.
Yeah.
How?
And in 1982, they discontinued the remaining, or discounted the remaining moped stock and discontinued manufacture.
Drink.
They did also make go-karts during this period before the name disappeared. That would actually be pretty cool to own. An Indian-powered go-kart?
Well, one of those Indian mini bikes would be pretty cool to own, too.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Absolutely. Like, I would own a lot of these motorcycles if
Yeah.
one of them came in front of me.
Yeah.
Before the Indian name disappeared from all motorized vehicles in 1984,
Hey, great year.
the right to the brand name then passed through succession of owners and became the subject of competing claims.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
The Indian name disappeared in 84.
Somebody at AMC UK went, wait a minute.
And so this next section is called The Other Attempts at Reviving the Marquee.
Let me just put my drink in my hand.
I mean, I feel like 1984, when they completely stopped making anything,
Yeah.
that's a year to drink. We did it for 82.
1984 is a good year to drink, too, anyways.
Well, yeah.
Happy birthday, Marcus.
Yeah.
Not yet. Not yet. We got months.
By 1992,
I gotta crack open the other one.
the Climber claim. It's a good ring to it. The climber claim to the trademark had been transferred to Indian Motorcycle Manufacturing Co., Inc. of Berlin, a corporation headed by Philip Zhanghai.
Well, I mean, that's a drink.
Shanghai.
That's definitely a drink. In June 1994, in Albuquerque, New Mexico, Wayne Bowman, president of Indian Motorcycle Manufacturing Incorporated, presented, started, and rode a prototype Indian Century V-Twin Chief. Bowman had made previous statements about building new motorcycles under the Indian brand, but this was his first appearance with a working motorcycle. Neither of them produced motorcycles.
Okay.
In 97, Zhanghai was convicted of securities fraud, tax evasion, and money laundering and disappeared for a long time.
Awesome.
98, Eller Industries was given the permission to purchase the Indian copyright from the receivers of the previous owner. Copyright of Indian got sold.
Drink.
They hired multiple motorcycle industries to design a new engine, design new motorcycles. They were also in the negotiation with the Cow Creek Band of, I'm not going to try to pronounce that, Tribe of Indians, to build a motorcycle factory on their tribal land. The Indian manufacturer was trying to build on Indian land.
Just another fine example of white man. White man trying to take indigenous property.
I feel like we need to drink for that one, too.
Yeah. It's just wrong. Hey, I know y'all got y'all's casinos and shit, but how about y'all build bikes for us?
Yeah, why don't you just do that? Like, I know it's your land and everything, but if I build a factory there, it won't be a problem because I'm named Indian.
Yeah.
I wonder how that negotiation went.
I'm not even doing an impression. I'm not even going
Oh,
to.
Lord.
I need to take a second
You
here.
and your impressions.
They released a cruiser prototype in 1998, but was prevented from showing the prototype by a restraining order from the receiver. I'm assuming the receivers are all of the previous owners of the Indian trademark, who said that Eller had failed to meet the terms of its obligation. The contract was withdrawn after the company missed its deadline to close the deal and could not agree with the receiver, good grief, to an extension on the deadline. I'm assuming they were trying to get Eller Industries to produce motorcycles. I don't know who the receiver is because the article we have here does not tell us.
What you're saying is the company closed again.
Company closed.
Drink.
All right, Drake.
Oh, yeah. Based on this, federal bankruptcy court in Denver, Colorado, allowed the sale of the trademark to IMCOA Licensing America in December 1998. Goddamn geese. The Indian Motorcycle Company of America was formed from the merger of 9 companies.
Jeez.
These must be the receivers.
These are all the receivers, or all the people that owned rights to the Indian Motorcycle Corporation, including the manufacturer, California Motorcycle Company, IMCOA, which was awarded the Indian trademark by the Federal District Court of Colorado in 1998. It all combined into one.
Yes.
It was not a sale, wasn't anything.
Yes.
They started manufacturing motorcycles in 1999
Woo!
Woo!
at the former CMC facilities in Gilroy, California.
I remember these Indians. I know someone.
The Gilroy Indians.
Well, I know someone that has a chopper. I think he sold it, but he had a chopper built out of one of the early.
He doesn't
2000
have
model
anymore.
Indians.
Because this was brand new. This was a brand new company.
This is a time period where the neck is, and you have the backbone and the down tube.
Yeah.
And there's that little triangulated flat plate section on all motorcycles.
Yeah.
They had an Indian head the Indian head logo stamped into the frame.
Really?
Yeah, they're pretty cool looking.
I can't say I've ever seen that.
They're pretty cool looking.
That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, they're super neat looking.
Be amazing if they actually transferred that crap to today.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Two different companies.
Yeah, no. The quote unquote chopper that our friend had that was built from this generation.
I wanted that
if
bike
they had built
so bad.
that bike, like that style, because it was more or less a slightly modified. Like, and when I say slightly modified, it was stretched and right, very minimalistic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a dope motorcycle.
I love
and
that
if
bike.
you think about the time period, they could have sold choppers essentially.
Early 2000s.
It competed in that market very heavily.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. They brought the first Gilroy Indian motorcycle, new design, called the Chief.
Okay.
Good name. Never been used before.
The Scout and Spirit models were also introduced in 2001.
Never used them either.
Great names. Great names.
Off-the-shelf 88 cubic inch S&S engines. Good motors.
With Indian badging.
With Indian badging.
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean...
That's what was in his bike.
Which
Because the first time I saw it, I was like, he's like, this is an Indian. I was like, it's got a different engine on it. And he goes, not that I know of. Like, he didn't build it. He bought it that way.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I was like, dude, I'm pretty sure this is like a Harley motor or S&S motor or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now you've answered my question for sure.
That was an S&S motor.
That's what it was.
With Indian badging.
Yep.
They did also use the 100 cubic inch, 1600cc Power Plus engine, designed from 2002 to 2003, which is the Indian style designed engine. Power Plus is all of Indian. That's what they use for their motors.
That time period, though, was a different design than what they have now.
It is, but that's the Indian company.
Yeah, it looks like a standard V-twin, American V-twin.
And the Indian Motorcycle Corporation went into bankruptcy and ceased all productions in Gilroy on September 19th, 2003.
Drink.
Nope.
Next page.
I'm only on page 9 of 20.
You're getting halfway there.
Hang on. We went through 9 pages for almost over 100 years.
I mean, yeah.
Now we have 10 more pages for 20 years.
Jeez.
Now, based on these, I'm assuming a lot of these are pictures.
2 or 3 of those pages I know is the current lineup.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So we've got at least 5 pages.
Because we did look through the stuff.
Yeah. So, they sold 2003.
I don't know if it's in there. And I don't know when it is. And I'll say this too. I don't know if it's true. I know Harley tried to buy the Indian name at one point in time.
I've not seen that yet, but when I get there.
I've always been told that.
We don't know if it's true or not.
That may have been, you know what?
I'm going to say this. Okay, let me say this. I have said for years, because I have been told that for years, if that is true, that would have been one of the smartest things for Harley Davidson to ever do, to buy the Indian name, keep it kind of quiet, and produce motorcycles under this badging. Because then you have the 2 largest American motorcycle manufacturers competing against each other, all going into the same bank account.
I mean,
I feel like they did a monopoly type thing in the early 1900s that don't allow you to do that.
No, they still could have done it because it wouldn't be considered monopolization because it's not the only motorcycle manufacturers that are sold or only motorcycles sold in the U.S.
Not sold in the United States, but owned in the United States. They have monopoly laws are weird.
Right. You could get away with that on monopoly laws because you have to remember about all the companies that are owned like that same scenario.
That is true.
They could get away with that. What it was somebody, from what I understand, just flat out refused to sell to Harley Davidson.
Well, they were trying to save face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now this could
Which
all
ended
be
in 1953.
This could all be an inflated.
You want to?
This could all not be true. It's just what I've been told for years.
Who knows?
Yes, understand.
That's all speculation.
Understand, I've never worked at a reservation dealership.
On July 20th, 2006, the newly formed Indian Motorcycle Company, owned largely by Stellation Limited, a London-based private equity firm.
Okay.
That was a purchase. They purchased it to own it.
Well, we got to give her a second.
Yep. Heather has to get back with more beverages. I've run out.
I'm going to go ahead and drink.
You should all drink as well. Take a long sip until Heather gets back.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and drink. That way I can go ahead and...
crack the next one.
Yeah.
I'll just crack the next one. Oh.
I'll give you a chair.
She doesn't want a chair.
I know.
I'm fine. I like sitting on the floor.
Every time she falls on the floor, I'm just sitting here. We have chairs.
Okay. Let's keep going.
All right.
We're 56 minutes in. If it's like half these people, they're tired of listening about it.
Or they're too drunk.
Or they're drunk now.
Yeah, they're like, please make it in.
They
I
restarted.
hope some people are doing shots with this.
Oh, Jesus
Oh,
Christ. I mean,
God.
we can. I've got your...
No.
I'd be
Fireball
passed
over
out on the floor.
No,
already.
you don't have
No.
enough fireball in there, but no.
They restarted the Indian motorcycle brand, manufacturing the Indian Chief motorcycles in limited numbers in North Carolina.
I've already drank to that, by the way.
Yes. Yes, you have.
You need a drink, and so does Heather.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Cheers.
Yeah, this is a new acquisition.
Okay.
They started out where the previous Gilroy operation left in 2003, making new models based on the Indian Chief with the new 105 cubic inch power plant.
So I think my buddies...
now added electronic fuel injection.
I think my buddies, if I'm not mistaken, was frame stamped as like a 2001 or 2002.
So it'd be during that period. It's most likely an SNS motor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, from this time period, unfortunately, we only have one more time to drink.
From 2003. Okay.
To 2011.
It's produced in North Carolina.
In April of 2011, Polaris Industries, the off-road manufacturer, acquired Indian and Victory motorcycles.
Drink.
Drink.
Oh. Go ahead and pour one out for Victory on top of that.
Yeah. Victory. 2011 was when Victory died.
R.I.P. Victory.
R.I.P.
So I apologize, I said that wrong. Polaris Industries already owned Victory at this point.
Yeah.
Mm.
This was when Victory kicked the bucket.
Okay.
And they moved all the production to Spirit Lake, Iowa. And they began in August of 2011. March 2013.
No, Victory didn't kick the bucket in 2011.
Well, that was when Victory was starting to. They were ramping down Victory production.
Yeah.
To bring up.
I think Victory only left like 5 years ago.
I I don't have that information here.
That's fine.
I can Google.
Yeah. What was the last year for Victory?
Yeah, I'd be very curious to see that. Because, I mean, we now know 2011 is when Polaris acquired Indian.
Right.
So, unfortunately, you guys don't have anything more to drink to.
Well,
that was the last
that's
acquisition.
fine. You can give us some information on the newer stuff, just not a lot.
2013, Polaris announced three all-new Indian-branded motorcycles based on the traditional styling of the Indian Marquis, along with the Thunderstroke 111 V-Twin. You guys need to get better names for these engines. They all have...
Hey, okay, so let me say this. It's kind of a question, but also a statement. And this is something you need to drink to, because this is just a drink to nonsense thing. How many cylinders does your ZRX have?
4.
How many cams do you have?
2.
How many cylinders does your Honda have?
Which Honda?
The Valkyrie.
6.
How many cams does it have?
2.
How many cylinders does the Yamaha have?
2.
How many cams does it have? Does it really? Just like an Indian. 2 cylinders, 3 cams. Drink to the freaking ridiculousness of this.
So that was exactly what I was going to say. They came up to the 3-cam design.
Have a drink. I don't get that. I get, like, if you said a 4-cylinder had 4 cams, or a 6-cylinder had 6, like, it's still too many cams, but more cams than cylinders, I don't care how you explain it.
It's weird.
Does not make sense.
No, it does not.
Okay, so Victory
if I recall correctly, the Yamaha does have 3 cams.
Victory ended in 2017.
They made it 6 whole years.
6 whole years.
Those poor little... The Victory bikes made it... The V92C made it 6 whole years.
Victory was a very nice motorcycle.
Eh.
They were a lot nicer than what we got now.
Well...
It's above my pay grade. I can't afford any of those good V-twin motorcycles.
He called them good.
I mean, you didn't call them good.
Anyways, keep going.
They are good V-twin bikes.
Keep going on the Wikipedia page. Yeah, 3 cams. Ridiculousness.
Talking about the Thunderstroke with the 3 cams. Since 2013, Indian has expanded its lineup to 5 models. Currently offered in 23 trim levels.
Wow.
12 have the 111, which was designed in 2013.
And 2 of those have original names.
Yes. I mean, we're getting into the point now, the modern Indian motorcycles, you have the new Scout, the 70 cubic inch, what we see, Scout 60 with the 1000, the FTR 1200, which me and Marcus have both agreed. If we were going to buy an Indian,
that would be the FTR.
100%
Same.
FTR carbon.
FTR carbon. That's what I was about to say. FTR carbon.
Same.
The regular FTR is cool.
It is.
FTR carbon, 100.
And you can make a regular FTR an FTR carbon.
Yes.
You can do that.
Yes. And that was introduced in 2019. So we had 6 years over here where Indian was not producing anything interesting, and then they produced the FTR.
So, I want to say this. Outside the fact that I don't like the look of the traditional style Indians.
Yeah.
Okay. The Scout, I think, is cool. The FTR is definitely cool. My biggest issue is people walking around with a big swinging, like, we've been around since 1901. You have just heard. No, you haven't. You know what Harley doesn't do? when people bring up AMF, they go, "Oh, let's not talk about that. Let's sweep that under the rug. Oh, that didn't happen." Harley doesn't do that. Even Harley corporate goes, "Yeah, there was a time period." Well, they made a big to-do and a big statement about when they purchased themselves back. You know,
look at the new Nightster with the AMF era badging.
Yeah, they
side.
I mean, Harley Davidson produces clothing with AMF style stuff on it because it's part of their history. There's nothing wrong with understanding your history, where you were, where you are, and where you're going.
True.
The problem is Indian is like, "Oh, no, we've been making motorcycles since 1901.
We're not going to read any of the rest of this. It's all talking about modern models.
I think that's my biggest. That's one of my biggest issues with the company as a whole.
I would agree with that because the original Indian, like we talked about, died in '53.
Yeah,
that was the original Indian.
Well, it's just like a Corvette Stingray.
Yeah,
there is a documentary called The Last Stingray, and if I recall correctly, it's like 67 or 68, because at that period of time, a Stingray was a special edition of a Corvette. It was sent to a different place, and they made it a Stingray, and it said capital S Sting, capital R Ray.
Yeah.
And it got the logo on the side of the car.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Now they changed it to where it's just a Stingray, and it's produced, and it's just the trim level and all this other stuff. So that's why there's a documentary called The Last Stingray, 67. New Stingrays, they're cool. It's a trim level package. They're nice. I don't have an issue with them. But if you want to sit there and argue the point with me, no, that is not a Stingray.
I mean, look, me and Marcus both agree that a lot of the current Indian lineup, they make some good motorcycles.
Yeah. They make some, dude, the Challenger is a good motorcycle.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a fantastic bike. It's a fantastic competitor, you know, and to sit there with the Challenger and go, like a lot of Harley people do, and go, "Oh, they were just trying to copy the Road Glide." Well, almost every single manufacturer makes something that's along that same lines about fixed fairing and all that sort of stuff.
That's true.
So it was just kind of, they were falling in line with the rest of the market.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a lot of jokes that came out with the new CVOs about, "Oh, now Harley Davidson's making motorcycles that look like the Indian." I think a lot of that is just natural progression. It's just what happens. It's not that anybody's trying to copy anybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
Engines are all different between all the different platforms. Indian and Harley make different engines.
There is something to be said about that company as a whole. And when I say that, I'm including Polaris in that. Okay. I worked for a Honda dealership when the Razor was king. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I had people every single day say, as soon as Honda comes out with something as good as a Razor, I will get rid of my Razor. And Honda did, and it happened. There's still a lot of people with Razors. There's a lot of people with Talons out there right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
There's a lot of people that went and bought Arctic Cats when the Arctic Cat came out with something competitive. There's a lot of people that went and bought that competitive stuff because, you know, there's companies that made millions of dollars because Polaris would go, "Hey, let's build this fantastic machine and then put plastic ball joints on it." So there was companies that made millions of dollars out of that stuff. There's always place for business. That company has always walked around like the shit don't stink. Instead of understanding who they are,
where they came from.
where they came from.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with recognizing where you came from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, the company got sold and went bankrupt how many times?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's fine. Just accept it.
Yeah. It's part of life. It's part
Honestly,
of history.
we just
accept
talked about
it.
them being sold and bankrupt, so you should probably drink again if you haven't in a little while.
If you have a drink at
So-
hand, drink.
Indian motorcycles.
This was not a concise history of the Indian motorcycle.
It's not.
We were focused on the
Drinking.
drinking.
So,
Facts.
if you wanna learn more about Indian motorcycles, literally just go online and look up Indian motorcycles. If you walk around wearing a shirt that says since 1901, go buy a new T-shirt.
Or cross out the 0, put a 2011.
2011.
Or get a shirt that says since 1897.
Yeah, actually, 1897 would work.
But we all love and appreciate motorcycles. If I had all the money in the world, I would have some new Indians, even that I think are ugly, in my garage.
Yeah,
I would have them.
Absolutely. Be that FTR carbon.
Well, no, I would. I'd have like a new Dark Horse or Chieftain or whatever. I would have it in my collection.
I do have to say, I really like the Scouts. The Scouts look good.
Well, no, I would have the ugly Indians in my collection.
Just to have.
I would have the full blown, like that generation right before.
Yeah.
With the brown seat and the tasseled saddlebags, I would have that. If I had all the money in the world and had a huge motorcycle collection, you would have to have that. That's a huge part of American history when it comes to motorcycles.
Unfortunately, yes, tassels are a part of American history.
Yeah.
So, that being said, one last drink. Here's to motorcycles.
Here's the motorcycles.
Cheers. Indian. I'm glad that someone has been able to keep a very heritage namesake going.
Yes, absolutely. Cheers.
Cheers.
See ya!
Hey everybody, this is Sean at White Lightning Harley Davidson. I want to thank you for listening to the Daily Biker Podcast. You can reach the podcast on Facebook or Instagram at The Daily Biker, or you can email the podcast at thedailybiker@gmail.com. Be sure to keep an eye on White Lightning Harley Davidson social media pages for the most up-to-date information on all our events and where you can find the boys.